The explosion at the Fukushima reactor has triggered fears of a nuclear meltdown, with officials declaring states of emergency at 5 nuclear reactors. CBS News correspondent Nancy Cortez is live from Washington with more. Good morning, Nancy. And it really sounds like in this situation we are working against the clock. What is the latest about the nuclear reactor?
Well, a few hours ago, Rebecca, we saw some very troubling video of an explosion outside the reactor that's been causing the most alarm, and then a huge plume of white smoke emerging from that reactor. Radiation levels at that plant were detected at elevated levels yesterday. They said they were having a lot of trouble getting the cooling system to work. They said they might have to do a controlled release of some radiation steam just to lower the pressure there. And then this morning we see that explosion. Now, nuclear experts say that is not necessarily an indication that there has been a full meltdown at this plant. If the pressure vessel around the nuclear core has held, then that kind of crisis would be averted. But as you can imagine, information from that plant, information from that entire area is very spotty, so we don't exactly know what has occurred. We have been told, however, that there's the possibility that several plant workers there have been injured. Rebecca?
It really sounds like, Nancy, that this explosion and its magnitude really depends on where it occurred on site at the nuclear plant.
Exactly, and what's really perplexing to nuclear experts is why this is happening in the first place. You know, reactors are built and designed to withstand the kinds of seismic activity that occurs where they're located. So these reactors in Japan are built to withstand tremendous earthquakes. They've got backup systems to the backup systems. If the electrical grid fails, then they go to diesel generators. If the diesel generators fails, then they go to battery packs. So it's really a mystery right now why none of those systems seem to be working properly.
All of these backup systems have been failing, and there is this release of radiation in the air. Nancy, what's the takeaway here? How direct of an impact will that radiation have on individuals if they can keep it contained at these levels?
Well, the evacuation zone has been widened twice now around this reactor. First, it was only 2 miles. Then yesterday they moved it to 6 miles. And now we just heard the Prime Minister a short time ago say that the evacuation zone has been widened to 20 miles. What plant officials were saying yesterday was that if they had to do a controlled release of radioactive steam, that it would all be headed towards the ocean because that's where the winds were headed, and that it wouldn't be a cause for concern for anyone. But I think in this situation, it's still so early. We still don't know how much radiation, if any, has really gotten out there into the community. It's just too soon to say whether this is a danger or not.
Well, Nancy Cortez, we appreciate your reporting on the matter. Have a nice day.
Sure thing.